It's Sunday, the 19th of July, 2026, and Bitcoin is facing a new internal conflict that could reshape how the network operates. Multiple news outlets, including CoinDesk and Crypto News, are reporting on something called dog mode, a proposed client that aims to bypass Bitcoin Core's relay restrictions. This isn't just a minor technical tweak, it's a direct challenge to the existing governance structure of the world's largest cryptocurrency. The headlines today are clear: Bitcoin's next governance fight has arrived, and it's being driven by a faction that believes Core's anti-spam measures have gone too far. So what exactly is dog mode, and why is it causing such a stir on this particular Sunday? At its core, dog mode is an alternative Bitcoin client, a different piece of software that nodes can run instead of Bitcoin Core. Its primary goal is to bypass the relay restrictions that Core has implemented to combat transaction spam. According to reports from Crypto Briefing on the 17th of July, Bitcoin's anti-spam efforts have received a direct response from the dog mode developers. They argue that Core's restrictions are too aggressive, censoring legitimate transactions and centralizing control over what gets relayed on the network. Dog mode proposes a different set of rules for how transactions are propagated, effectively allowing more transactions through, even if they don't meet Core's current criteria. This is a fundamental disagreement about what constitutes spam versus legitimate usage, and it's playing out in real time. The story broke over the weekend, with CoinDesk publishing an analysis on Saturday the 18th of July titled "Dog Mode Explains Bitcoin's Next Governance Fight." By Sunday morning, Crypto News had followed up with "Dog Mode opens a new front in Bitcoin's governance fight." The narrative is accelerating fast. The background is that Bitcoin Core has been tightening relay policies to reduce network congestion and fee spikes caused by spam attacks. But a growing group of developers and miners feel these restrictions are undermining Bitcoin's permissionless nature. Dog mode emerged as a direct fork of the codebase, offering an alternative set of relay rules. The timing is significant. This comes just days after reports that tokenization has become a strategic priority for 84% of financial firms, highlighting the broader push for blockchain adoption that makes governance disputes more consequential. Right now, the impact is primarily ideological and technical, but the ripple effects are already being felt. If dog mode gains traction, it could fragment the node ecosystem. Users and miners would have to choose which client to run, potentially creating two competing versions of Bitcoin's transaction relay rules. This doesn't mean a chain split like the Bitcoin Cash fork, but it does mean that transactions accepted by one client might be ignored by another. For the average user, this could translate into confusion about which transactions are valid, and potentially higher fees on one side versus the other. The market is watching closely. XRP has already fallen below all its major moving averages according to BitGet data from yesterday, indicating broader crypto market jitters that governance uncertainty amplifies. Support for dog mode is coming from what you might call the free relay camp, developers who believe Bitcoin should accept all transactions that pay any fee, no matter how small. They argue that Core's restrictions are a form of censorship that hurts adoption in developing countries where microtransactions are vital. On the opposing side are Bitcoin Core maintainers and many longtime developers who warned that removing relay restrictions would open the floodgates to spam, bloating the blockchain and driving up costs for everyone. Miners are caught in the middle. They want low fees to encourage usage, but they also need a stable, secure network. The mining pools haven't publicly declared a side yet, but their decision will be crucial. This mirrors the block size debate of 2015 to 2017, but with a different technical focus. The economic stakes are enormous. If dog mode succeeds, it could lower transaction fees by allowing more transactions through, but at the cost of increased block space usage and potential network bloat. If Core prevails, fees may remain higher but the network stays leaner and more resistant to denial-of-service attacks. The hash rate could shift if major mining pools signal support for one client over the other, as miners follow economic incentives. Meanwhile, the broader financial world is watching. A recent survey found that 84% of financial firms now see tokenization as a strategic priority. Institutional adoption requires a stable, predictable Bitcoin network. A governance fight erodes that predictability, potentially slowing down the very adoption that the crypto industry is counting on. Over the next few weeks, we can expect several developments. First, more debate will play out on social media and developer mailing lists. Second, we may see a few large mining pools publicly endorse dog mode or reject it. Third, exchanges like Binance and Coinbase will have to decide whether to support transactions relayed via dog mode nodes. This cash news from yesterday, about a new node targeting 50,000 transactions per second with Visa-scale privacy, shows that other cryptocurrencies are pushing ahead with scalability. Bitcoin cannot afford to be bogged down in endless governance disputes if it wants to remain the dominant digital asset. The resolution of this fight will set a precedent for how future protocol changes are handled. To sum up, dog mode is not just another alt client, it's a test of Bitcoin's governance resilience. The decisions made in the coming weeks will determine whether Bitcoin remains a unified network with a single set of relay rules, or fragments into competing implementations. For you as a viewer, the key takeaway is that governance matters. It affects transaction fees, network security, and ultimately the value of your holdings. Stay informed, watch which way the miners and exchanges lean, and understand that this debate is healthy. It's how decentralized networks evolve. If you found this breakdown useful, hit subscribe to stay updated on this story as it unfolds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.